what about us?
We'll always have Paris.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Steven Fox again to bring you the Ulefone Paris review. Now for the unboxing. As you can see, the Ulefone Paris has a soft plastic around it. It has a 2.5D glass. It has a Gorilla Glass 0.3 coating. I'm pretty sure it's something like that because it feels good, and you can see there's also the ports have been coated, which is really nice for a cheap device, so you don't warn your ports when you charge it. This is the main 13 megapixel camera. Here I'll show you what you get with the package, which is actually really good. Is that for a cheap device you get a standard charger. This is not a quick charger, this is just a standard charger. And you get your headphones, which are usable, but don't expect something great from them. Very basic to say the least. You get this really nice USB cable, charging and data transfer cable. You also get this nice pamphlet, and there's a screen protector inside with the phone, and also a tempered glass. This could be the vendor that sent it on top of all that, I'm not sure, but it's there, so I was pleased with it. And the box feels really premium, like you're getting a high quality device, but instead of that you get a cheaper device with a great box. Let me just again show you. Here's the opening. Here you open the back to get to the battery and the SIM card, the dual SIM card tray, along with the micro SD card slot. The plastic is really nice. It's an engineered plastic, so it will withstand a few knocks. You can see the dual SIM slots and the micro SD card slot next to it. And here's the battery. Ulefone say it's a Sony battery. It could be. There's this 3D sound there. It's not 3D. It's just a regular sound. The battery feels like a 250 milliamp battery because it's not very light but not very heavy, so probably battery is accurate, but I'll get to that a little bit later on because this device doesn't have the best battery life. Well, it has a good battery life, but we're getting used to now to over 3000 milliamperes in every smartphone, so this a year back would be okay, but today it just feels a bit short. You see nice tactile feedback from the buttons. Now onto the user interface. Then firing this baby for the first time. For you, no, not the first time actually, because I've installed a few apps in there. Just want to get the feeling how long it takes to load. This is powered by the MTK 6753 chip, which is an Octa-Core A53 64-bit cores, clocked at 1.3 GHz max, with 2 GB of RAM, 16 GB of storage, which can be expanded through micro SD card slot, and it also has a Mali 720 tri-core GPU, which supports all the latest features. You can see it takes quite a bit to boot, but now it's on. As you can check, colors look really nice on the display, but well, there's those huge black borders that you have to live with. If that doesn't bother you, well, then this device is really good for you. See, there's the home key gets lit up. Also, there's a few tiny buttons on the left and the right side for the multitasking and for the back button. UI interface is as smooth as you can expect from an Octa-Core device. Now let's check the settings. See this device running Android 5.1 Marshmallow, sorry, Lollipop, and this device just got beta for Marshmallow last week, so Marshmallow or Android 6.0 is launching maybe in a week or two. You can check the languages. This is a multi-language ROM. It has pretty much all the standard languages, lots and lots of them. You can check. You can use all kind of with the sensors, all kind of functions. Pick up to call, take photo, snap page. When you wave your hand to it, and when you pick up the phone from the line position, you can answer calls. You can flip the phone to mute the call, which are standard now in almost everyday device, but they're good to be there. And now I'll show you the 3-finger screenshot, which I don't know why it's left off. It works really well. Bam, there is. I don't know why that's turned off by default. I think it should be on, but that's just me. See, really stock Android-like feature. Yeah, I'll get the wallpaper's really nice. As you can see, colors are really saturated. Display could be a little bit more sharper, but viewing angles are really good. Despite those black borders, viewing angles are good. Color saturation is really nice. I think this is some kind of cheaper AMOLED panel, but with good viewing angles. This is, I think, not an LCD panel by the looks of it. So then there you have it. Really stock, basically vanilla Android here, guys. You can see the good thing is that it has mirror vision. You can enhance the, you can use it. I'll show you the. I always use the vivid color mode because it pops the colors out a little bit more. And you should also always enable dynamic contrast when you have it, because it looks really well. Brings the best out of the display. And I'll leave you now with the benchmarks.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
Hey folks, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. I'm Sam, joined by my colleagues Chico, Phil, and Norito, and we have a special... Open your eyes. of what you're going to find in the plateau. During this segment, we're actually going to take a little bit of a stroll around the outer edge, though, so we can see what kind of stuff we're going to be running into later on in the game.
今回は大地の周りの方ですね。
I got a plan. Might get us both killed.
Standing on the edge of
Hello guys, I'm back again, and now for the camera test. Ulefone have opted for an Omnivision sensor here, which in their book says it has an f1.8 aperture, which is ridiculous because low light performance is not very good. I would say maybe 2.2 or 2.4 aperture is the real thing. As you can see, the standard MTK camera controls are present. You get normal photo, live, panorama mode. Focus works well. Picture taking is adequate. Not super fast, not slow. Spot focusing, as you can see, works well. It adjusts the dynamic range from the lighting of the subject it's pointed to. You can see in good lighting conditions everything is fine. Autofocus is working well. It has motion track mode as well, which is really nice for a budget device. You get also the peace gesture to take a photo, which I really like. Here are some basic controls over sharpness, hue, saturation, brightness. I leave these on default, not to get a really stock feel of the camera, not to tamper with it. I apply the anti-shake because it produces better stabilization to the image. See, this is full screen and standard 4.3. Camera is 30 megapixels, so this is an actual 30 megapixel camera, not an interpolated 8 megapixel one. Video quality is average at best, but you'll see that in a moment. Flash for a single flash also works really well. You see a few photos in a second. Here I'll show you the close-up focus, how it works. Check it out. Whenever you move the camera, autofocus starts. I really like those Omnivision sensors. They're cheap and they, at good lighting conditions, produce really good photos. And this phone can do macro photos, which look rather well. But when you get to lower light situation, the noise starts to come up really aggressively in the background and in the foreground as well. Using the flash from a close distance helps illuminate the scene and produces a good quality image. But if you're looking for low light photography here, I suggest look somewhere else, as the shutter speed also with less light becomes slower and it's a lot more painful to take a photo then. Here I'll show you a few samples and zoom in. You can check the quality. As I said, quality is really decent. You get a usable camera from $100 phone, which is actual 13 megapixels. Some cheaper devices have focusing issues or macro issues. They're not present here. So this is a nice addition. Ulefone have thought for those of you who like to use the camera more often in good lighting conditions and provided you with a usable camera. However, the front camera is horrible. Its standard is, it says it's 5 megapixel, but it's more like 2, maybe less than 2. When you do take the image from the front cam, it looks rather well, but when you put it on the PC, it just looks atrocious. As you can see, front camera has face detection as well, and it works. Picture taking is fast. It's just the quality is not there. This is in perfect lighting conditions. I said it looks okay when you zoom in from the screen, but when you put it on the PC, it just doesn't look really well. And the front camera has dynamic range and overexposure issues, which you can check in a minute. But I'll leave you to judge the samples. Enjoy. The time has come for the final thoughts. It's a good build quality device that will receive Marshmallow and is great for budget gaming. Also has usable camera, but short battery life, poor front camera and huge borders. Just take it down. I still recommend it for $100. If you like the video, there will be more, so